Roxy, Joanie, Brunta, we are here today talking about getting married.
My favorite topic.
Your favorite topic, and I have to come clean right off the top because part of this is for everyone who's watching, but a lot of this is for me because I am now a curvy woman about to walk down the aisle, and I need help. I need the tips. So I'm just going to put that out there. If you see my head down, I'm just taking notes as we go. Wanted to kick it off with when you each look back at your wedding. And at the process of getting married, what's one word that comes to mind? Like real quick, what's that first word? Even if you don't like the word, what's the first word?
Joy.
Okay, we're starting off on a positive note. That's good.
Yeah, I was going to say stress. So I'm going in the opposite direction.
I would say COVID because we're still not yet like officially married, my partner and I. We just had like a quick intimate celebration at home, just the two of us.
In terms of being curvy women going through that process, did that have play in getting married?
So I've had a trial run at this. So I had one huge wedding and it was like completely over the top, and finding a dress. I was about a size 12 then. At that moment, it was like virtually curvy wasn't a thing, hence my size rocks. So at the time I was very lucky. I could afford whatever dress I wanted. And so I went to the best designer I knew. I've called before to say I'm a size 12, which at the time, like how crazy is that I'm briefing them? I'm apologizing for my body. And I get to the store and she's like, we don't have anything that fit. Like there's nothing for her to try on. We could do just custom. But
what does that feel like though in that moment? What does that feel like?
It was so heartbreaking because I didn't understand. Well, why wouldn't you make a wedding gown in my size? Are girls like me not supposed to be married? I ended up going to Vera Wang and I spent an absolute fortune on a custom Vera Wang gown. I did that, I think, out of a response for, okay, there is no option for me. Yeah. Like there's no, you get to try on your dream dress. Instead it was, what fits you? After that beautiful celebration, I ended up getting married again. I'm so lucky. I got to have two weddings. Two fabulous men, two weddings. This time around, there was so many more options, but I was insistent on making a fashion moment. So I went to my girlfriend, Jordan, who runs the label RVNG Couture, and I commissioned her to make me this beautiful piece. And I said to her, we need to do this because we need to show girls that they can wear whatever they want on their wedding day. There is no rules.
So sparkly and fabulous. I loved it. You know, you are in that privileged position of being able to afford, of being able to go and to a lot of places that, you know, most women.
That's why when I made my wedding gowns, the highest price point when I did my collections for Le Chateau were $600.
That is definitely a factor going into this. You know, finances, size, these are all barriers to that bridal experience.
That was my biggest fear because I know, like, as a bigger person in general, that like clothing, like just plus size clothing in general, always costs more. So I knew, and I had an idea going into this, that I'd probably be shelling out a lot more money for my actual dress, or it would have to be custom, or I wouldn't just find what I like. Like you said, like there was no fashion moments for me, and I really wanted that moment. I didn't want to settle. Like who wants to settle for their wedding dress? And I did the same thing as you, Roxy. I had to call ahead of time. Like I asked friends who got married, like, when you went to the store, did they have plus size options? I like was almost embarrassed when I called. I was like, so I'm just giving you fair warning. I'm a bigger girl. Like I just need to know, do you have things that will fit me?
Crazy. Warning.
Yeah. What? it was sad. It was hurtful for me. I cried getting off that phone call.
It's that you had to apologize. Yeah. Your body, like your body was the problem.
Yep.
Thank you.
I knew I didn't want like the big white wedding dress because I'm getting married to my partner who's a woman also. And we both wanted to have like some kind of special dresses or suits, or we didn't know what we wanted, each of us. And I contacted like a duo of designer from Montreal who are called Untitled. I'm sure you've heard of them. They're really talented. And I was in the process of having made like a custom dress for myself, which is really expensive if you go to designers. But also through time, because of COVID, I ended up buying like a bunch of different dresses because I thought we were gonna get married, just the two of us, and maybe we were gonna go to San Francisco to get married. So I have I feel like 5 or 6 wedding dresses in my closet.
You open a store now.
I have a store now.
But if you're watching this and you're a bride-to-be and you are struggling, or you've already gotten married and you did struggle with your wedding dress, that's sort of where we're at right now until Roxy comes out with another collection.
I'll tell you this though, and this would have never happened when I got married the first time. This store in Etobicoke called More to Love, I think it was More to Love Bridal, something like that. And they specialize in plus size gowns. And I thought, an entire store dedicated to plus size bridal, this wouldn't have existed before. And I have to say, if we didn't do things like My Size Rocks, Meredith, the work that you're doing, the work that all these great people are doing, there would have been no space for this to be a thing.
On that note, right now, you threw out that retailer. Is there any tip or place or something that worked for you? Hard facts here.
Elizabeth and Beau and Vaughan. So if you're in the GTA area, Elizabeth and Beau, they were very accommodating, and they had dresses that were bigger than me. So I know that if you're bigger than me, I'm a size 18, you can go there and actually put a dress on and it'll fit you. And the dress that I actually ended up buying was on a mannequin in the front. So I remember seeing it and liking it, and they were like, oh, I can get that for you. And that was the first time in my life I think I ever had that experience in a store. So they're not afraid to show off those plus size options as well. They're not hidden in the back.
I think there's one that's, what is it called? Is it Grace Loves Lace? Something like that. But they now do extended sizes, and the dresses are really beautiful and really trendy. And it's not because you're plus size that you want the big poof. You know what I mean? You want something trendy still.
Want options like everyone else.
It's funny how the bride is such a archetype in our society. And the sort of thin bride, that thing, the Disney, whether you want to subscribe to it or not, it sort of comes up real quick when you're in this experience. So I'm wondering, did anything happen to you while you were going through that process that you now look back on and think, oh, that was some societal pressure?
I'm shredding for my wedding.
That's what
I'm losing weight for my wedding, and I'm on a wedding diet, and I'm trying to lose 10 pounds for my wedding, and everybody has that mentality in their brain because there's so much media around the conditioning of that.
It's kind of there right now, literally in my head. I'm forcing out thoughts of okay, wedding. Well, if I get married here, I'm like, Meredith. No.
I immediately went into shredding for the wedding. I, posted the hashtag, and, that's actually for me and my online journey. That's where everything started, because I was getting married and I wanted to lose weight, and I started posting it. And then that shift of, okay, this is very unrealistic. It's incredibly unhealthy. And it started to make me even more stressed out about the whole wedding and the whole dress process in general, that I was finally okay, I'm sick of this. Enough is enough. I'm exhausted. I cannot think about my body anymore. I'm just going to exist. I'm just going to shop for that dress. I'm going to let, the dress find me and find a dress that actually fits me and not the other way around. But it's a lot of pressure from the beginning, and I'm glad that I let go of that though, because I'm at a place now where I'm more focused on the actual wedding and my groom and the whole process, as opposed to what I look like and what I'm putting into my body, because that's, again, it just adds unnecessary stress to the whole process.
I did the same thing as you. I wanted to lose weight a bit before I met with the designers, and I was I want to be at my best when they meet me, and I wanted toned arms, something I don't think I could ever have on my size. I mean, but I started training. I was so unhappy and so stressed, just like you said. So it got to my head, and it became not fun. Like getting married became like a not fun thing for me in that sense. So I kind of stopped it all. I know like everyone says those photos you're going to look at forever and everything, but the photos I feel like I look the most beautiful in are the ones where I just like comfortable in my own skin. So I've kind of started changing my mind and how I think about that.
And you brought up the next thing I wanted to talk about, which is photos, because you know, I think we all have had the experience of being in photos quite a bit and sort of knowing maybe what to do or feeling comfortable on camera. That's not the case for everybody. I think the photo is almost as scary as the dress. You know, these are experiences as curvy women that are affronting.
For me, it was about finding a photographer that made me feel comfortable and that I could, you know, bond with first. But she was like, wear whatever you want. You know, you don't have to pose with your hands covering your stomach. Like, you're fine. You don't have to stand like that. She made me feel very comfortable in my body and in that space that I would normally just be so uncomfortable in or very insecure in. So we had like a small like Hindu ceremony before our like big civil wedding next year. So we started her off there, and I mean, I look back at those photos now and I'm so happy. I love looking at the photos. I love the memories, and that's what I'm focused on.
My wedding was being shot for Hello Magazine. And so there was like a 12-page spread coming with my wedding. I knew that. What I did, which was the greatest hack of all time, is on my wedding, I just wanted to be focused on my wedding. And so I had my photographers there and they shot my wedding. But 2 days after my wedding, I had my glam team get me ready and we had a photo shoot for the wedding. Like we did all the photos. Like we did all those couple photos, because when you're getting married, you're very hot.
Yeah.
You're overwhelmed, you're sweating, or you're excited, or you're emotional, or if you're me, you're ruining your makeup, crying. But do it before. It was the greatest hack of all time, and it takes all that pressure off of needing those photos.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Love that.
I enjoy that hack, and I sort of by accident did it for my engagement because we didn't have any photos. We got engaged in the middle of a dark field just outside Montreal. And so we had no photos or anything, and so we had this lovely moment. But then when we came back to Toronto, because I knew there might be a photo that needed to do something, I went to my parents' place to celebrate, and I was like, and I have a photographer, and we're wearing our engagement outfits. Like, I didn't know they were going to be engagement outfits, but we put the same clothes back on.
It's a great hack.
That's smart. I'm taking notes. I already have like a friend photographer in my mind who's like a plus size lady and who's tall as me, because that's important. I don't want like those, I don't know how to say that in English, but contre-plongé, when the photo is taken from like underneath. That's so
Nobody wants
angle
that.
you could have.
Do whatever you want to do for you.
Yeah.
This mistake with weddings is everybody makes them about their parents' needs, of trying to accommodate all these people.
Don't, because you exist in a curvy body, think you have to please others even more because you're somehow apologizing for something, right? Like, it's something that is happening to us, and it's happening to us in the bodies we're in. Like, we got engaged like this. Anything that you, from your vantage point, can say to the bridal industry that they are not getting right about curvy bodies?
Oh God.
Where to start?
Do we have time for that?
For a while. I think the big thing is accessibility. Like, allow us to enter into any store or look at a dress in a style that we like. Let us have our fashion moments too. Like, it's almost like they're sending us a message, like as if you're not good enough or you need to change in order to wear this or get married. You'd be making more money too on those dresses. Like, let us be consumers.
Let us have our fashion moments. Like, if we want sparkle, if we just want also to be trendy and to be a fashionable bride.
Put a size that's large in the store so that a girl can have that experience. You can clip it. This is why they make the clips. Send a sample size that is an 18 to the store.
Yeah.
Send a 22 so that a girl who's above a size 12, everyone can try it on and it can be clamped and she can have her moment.
Yeah.
Yes. If you're watching this right now and for whatever reason you're engaged and you're waiting on going shopping for that dress, or you're waiting on anything until you lose whatever that is for you. Please take this as your moment to let that go.
Don't postpone joy.
Don't. Thank you all for joining me today. Thank you for sharing your love stories, your fashion stories.
Have you picked your dress, Meredith?
No, not yet. No.
Well, I'm excited to see it.
Yeah,
What do
me
you do?
too.
You take a photo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, a memento. Okay.
I love the little hair flip there.
You know.
Got it.
You perfect world, I'll never be that